Mattresses or trash and stuff.
Trash piling up for more than a decade. We are getting results and finding out what's being done to stop it once and for all.
I still can't tell you today that I know what happened to my daughter.
A mother looking for more answers after a San Antonio soldier was charged in her daughter's death. And a local boy becomes our governor for a day.
News 4 San Antonio starts right now.
Right now, San Antonio police are out on the west side searching for a man dressed as a clown who fired shots at a teenager inside a home there on San Carlos. That's near South Zarzamora. Now, the kid was listening to music outside his home when he told police he went inside. The man dressed as a clown followed him inside, then tried to shoot him, shot it 3 times, but the gun jammed twice. The gunman got the 3rd shot off, but didn't hit anyone and then took off. Now, police are searching for that gunman.
Now to 2 arrests more than a year after a woman with top secret security clearance was killed in Maryland.
The victim's husband and another woman, both San Antonians, are now facing charges. And News 4 San Antonio's Michael Locklear has been following this for us tonight and joins us with the latest. Michael?
Federal investigators traveled here all the way from Maryland to make those arrests. A break in the murder investigation of a military mom who was also an NSA employee.
She was bubbly, she was fun.
The family of Carlin Ramirez says she was loved by many. She'd been taking care of her baby.
You make me happy when skies are gray.
While her husband, Malik Kearney, was stationed in another state. Their marriage rocky, according to the victim's mother, who lives in Del Rio.
It was not a stable relationship. It wasn't stable. You know, she was, thinking that maybe it hadn't been a good idea for them to get married.
Ramirez had top secret security clearance at the National Security Agency at Fort Meade in Maryland. August 2015, police found her in her home, shot to death.
So I still can't tell you today that I know what happened to my daughter.
Thursday, federal investigators arrested her husband and another woman, Dolores Delgado, in San Antonio. The indictment revealing accusations the two traveled from South Carolina to Maryland to kill Ramirez with a gun.
No, you never want to believe that a man who fathered a child with your daughter would be capable of that.
Susan Ramirez had never heard of the other woman arrested until this week. And now she has one question, realizing it may never be answered.
Why? There's nothing that my girl could have done that she deserved what happened to her.
I spoke to the attorney for the victim's husband. At this time, he says he is maintaining he's innocent. Both defendants are being detained tonight while they await hearings that continue next week. Michael Locklear, News 4, San Antonio.
New developments now in a shooting that sent a woman to the hospital in critical condition. 40-year-old Juan Sosa now charged with shooting his ex yesterday morning on Cerralvo while she was headed to work. Police telling us tonight he fired 10 shots, hitting her 3 times, one of those in the head.
This coming Monday will mark exactly 1 year since a father just disappeared, last seen near a convenience store. But tonight there's still no trace of him. News 4 San Antonio's Melissa Vega tonight has more on how you can help us find Peter Torres.
It is still so unreal.
A year later, Mary Modeno never imagined she'd still be searching for her son.
I know my son wouldn't have just gone missing. And for so long, Melissa.
Peter Torres was 41 when he was last seen Friday, October 10th.
He just vanished into thin air.
His family says Peter went to the I Don't Know bar in San Marcos until closing time and was last seen at a convenience store in the 1200 block of Highway 123 in San Marcos after 3 in the morning, and that was it.
They have no leads, no nothing. My son might be gone and they might have taken him. But the memories will always be in my heart, and that is something that the good Lord will never let anybody take away from me.
Mary turns to prayer.
This is one of his shirts that he left here the last time.
She finds comfort in her son's pictures and the notes he'd leave for her.
Love you, Peter. If anybody, please, has any word of Peter, knows anything, this could be your brother, this could be your son, this could be your husband. Please help.
Help Peter's family find him.
We need closure. We need something.
The Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office is investigating Peter's disappearance. If you have any information that could help investigators, call 830-379-1224. You can also help by sharing his story on Facebook. And the County Sheriff's Office has turned to Facebook to help find Karina Nicole Baker. She's 17 years old and was last seen on September 22nd. Investigators say her ATM card was allegedly in the hands of Miguel Marin, who is possibly driving a white or silver Honda Accord. Your help is also needed to find Karina. Melissa Vega, News 4, San Antonio.
The latest now on Hurricane Matthew as it continues to rip up the East Coast. Let's check in with News 4's Robert Price now at the live desk for the details. Robert?
Well, good evening, Evie. Right now, more than 1 million people are without power. 4 people are confirmed dead, and now we're turning our attention to Georgia and the Carolinas. Here's a live look at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Here's the radar. Let's take that full if we can. Here's the timetable we're looking at right now. The Category 2 storm should reach the Georgia coast tonight through tomorrow morning. South Carolina can expect it tomorrow through tomorrow night. And finally, the southern portion of North Carolina should experience the impact of Matthew by Saturday afternoon through early Sunday. Now, this evening, we've seen images of many cities that have turned into ghost towns. In Savannah, Georgia, officials say that more than 75% of the people there have evacuated already. As for the 4 deaths that have been reported, all are in Florida. We know one woman was killed when a tree fell on her house in the Daytona area. Another woman died when a tree came down on her camper. And an elderly couple appears to have died from carbon monoxide poisoning while running a generator inside their garage during the storm. One more thing we're keeping an eye on. This is local here in San Antonio, I-35 at O'Connor. If we can take this full really quick. This is a TransGuide view of a heavy police presence. Appears to be at a gas station of some sort. We do have a crew on the way and hope to update you online at news4sa.com and on Twitter. But for now, that is the latest at the live desk. I'm Robert Price. Now back to you.
And of course, we will continue to follow all the developments on Hurricane Matthew, both online and news4sa.com. Also check our News 4 Twitter and Facebook pages for the latest updates.
We have a follow-up now on a disgusting problem at a Northwest Side mobile home park we've been showing you. And today's rains just brought more sewage to the surface there at the Oak Hollow Mobile Home Park, according to families there. We've been showing you the issues for a week. Councilman Ron Nirenberg and officials with the state's Environmental Quality Commission are now investigating. In the meantime, we've been alerted to another big and dirty problem. A viewer called us to report massive illegal dumping that they say has actually been going on for more than a decade in northeast Bexar County in the corner of Benz Engelman and Candle Meadow. Our Renee Santos is getting results for them tonight.
It makes the neighborhood look bad.
This northeast Bexar County resident who wants to remain anonymous says the retail center that sits on the corner of Benz Engelman Road and Candle Meadow near his home has been an illegal dumping hotspot for more than a decade.
People throw mattresses or trash and stuff.
Complaints about the trash-ridden property date back to the early 2000s. Renee Green, director of Bexar County Public Works, says the county has had enough. Today, a representative from the county went out to check up on the property, but by the time the representative and News 4 went out to investigate, the trash was mysteriously cleaned up.
When we talked openly and publicly about pursuing criminal charges, that's probably what may have prompted the cleanup today.
Bexar County is now working with the district attorney's office, gathering evidence to create a case to file criminal charges against the property owner, who is responsible for the property but has been difficult to track down.
We've tried to track him down several times. The ownership of the property is in a limited partnership name. The address listed for that limited partnership is a vacant house.
The county says today's cleanup doesn't indicate the illegal dumping is over.
We're looking at blocking off that particular entrance.
The county plans on placing bollards, hoping to prevent people from being able to drive up to the dumpster to illegally dump. Until a permanent fix comes, residents hope the trash doesn't pile up again.
Hopefully they'll get it cleaned up. That way our neighborhood won't look so bad.
Renee Santos, News 4, San Antonio.
Coming up, the tape the whole country seems to be talking about. Will an old video and audio tape of Donald Trump affect his run for president? You be the judge.
Plus, did you know we have a new governor? At least we did for a day. Why, this boy took a tour of the state capitol and even signed a proclamation.
Cold front has moved across South Texas. Most of the rain is gone, and we are going to see some nice cooler temperatures. I'll show you those in our 7-day forecast.
Investigation by our new digital news partner Circa discovered the federal government selling recalled cars to the public without fixing potentially dangerous safety recall issues. But that's not all. Jossie Sturman went through the cars up for sale during a public inspection day and found items that could put people at risk for other reasons.
Circa dug through cars up for government auction. Let's just say they didn't do the best job with cleanup.
That's for real.
Dangerous weapons were left behind in some of these cars, even handcuffs.
Want to give out some tickets?
And we can play cops with some of this stuff we found in these cars. That's not a good thing.
A little police whistle.
Neither is this. Identity thieves could make easy use of the valid credit cards we found.
Valid without a signature.
As well as the paperwork that had people's personal information on it. We even found a cell phone loaded with texts and family pictures. Our treasure hunting did turn up some fun stuff. But let's face it, if this frog has time to make a car his home, maybe they need to do a better job cleaning these cars out. I'm Jossie Sturman for Circa.
Topping political headlines tonight, a 2005 video and audio tape of Donald Trump having a crass conversation with TV host Billy Bush.
I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and her. She was married. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Tonight, both Trump and Billy Bush has apologized in their own ways. Bush deleted his Twitter account not long after the tape was released, and tonight says he's embarrassed and ashamed, but it was 11 years ago. He was younger, less mature, and is sorry. Trump offered a statement saying Bill Clinton has said far worse to him on the golf course, and he apologizes if anyone was offended. House Speaker Paul Ryan tonight said he is sickened by the tape and will not be joining Trump at an event in Wisconsin tomorrow. If you'd like to see and hear everything that was said on that audio recording, the video is online right now at news4sa.com. Meantime, on the Democratic side, WikiLeaks released over 2,000 emails they got from Hillary Clinton's private server. In those emails, excerpts from her paid speeches dating back to 2008, how New York is involved in elections, and a Chipotle order.
Since 1845, when Texas gained statehood in the Union, 45 people have served as the state's governor, and today a young boy from San Antonio right there became the 46th. In a way, News 4 San Antonio's Zach Hedrick introduces us to our newest governor, if only for a day.
This story actually began on Tuesday, when Damon Billick rang in the good news.
It's something that wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Damon was diagnosed with bone cancer back in January of 2014. But through all the chemo days and surgeries,
Damon's just been remarkable. I mean, bad chemo days, everything else, never lost a smile, never lost his energy, never lost anything. He was just absolutely amazing.
That spirit caught the attention of some folks at the state capitol, where the cancer survivor from San Antonio,
that's great, man. Congratulations. Good job.
Spent the day rubbing elbows with state legislators.
At the cancer center there, when people finish their treatment, they come and...
It's more like when you ring it, you know that it's never going to come back. Or that you're done.
Governor Billick toured the offices of the Capitol building.
Oh, cool.
And the governor's mansion.
So a really cool view.
Isn't it? Isn't that great?
And made sure everyone was staying on task.
How many more hours do you have as governor? As long as they'll let you?
Yep.
But before this story ends, Damon wasn't leaving the state's highest office without taking care of some important business.
It'd be cool to have just a day that's meant for child cancer awareness.
And with the help of one of his new friends at the Capitol, Damon did just that.
Therefore, I, Damon Billick, Honorary Governor of Texas, do hereby proclaim October 7, 2016 to be Child Cancer Awareness Day.
Reporting from Austin, Zach Hedrick, News 4, San Antonio.
San Antonio's most accurate forecast. 4 Zone weather.
What an amazing young man. Outside, of course, our San Antonio weather is actually beautiful as well. We are seeing, of course, a beautiful evening across San Antonio. We saw rain on and off throughout the day. It was kind of hot and humid and sticky, and now you can definitely feel that there is a change in the air. It feels nice and cool outside from our World Car 4-Zone Network camera. You can see 66 degrees right now, winds from the north at 12 miles an hour, and so we have a little bit of a breeze blowing, and for right now, things are looking pretty good as far as clouds and rain. Of course, that frontal boundary came in around noontime, and then it kind of lagged into the area. Really didn't move much through the area until later this afternoon and early this evening. So the rain finally has now pushed off and out of most of the state of Texas. So looks like we now are going to see high pressure moving in and beautiful weather for the next 3 days. Matthew, Hurricane Matthew, everybody's been talking about Matthew. It is going to continue its track up the southeastern coast, and then it's going to begin to go out into the Atlantic. It is expected to almost make a U-turn. Good news is, though, with this is that it is going to decrease in strength. By the time it starts getting back down towards the Bahamas, it is going to be just an upper level low. It will have dropped all the way down to that strength, which is actually going to be much better. And depending on at that point where it decides to go. But as for now, we just have to get through the next 24 to 48 hours as Matthew skirts the coast of the southeast. Temperatures tonight, it has cooled down. You can see right where the cool air kind of stops, 69 degrees in Pleasanton. Then as you go down to Cotulla, it's at 80 degrees. So that dry, cool air is already starting to filter in. It will continue moving south over the next several hours and overnight. Kerrville right now sitting at 60 degrees with 66 in San Antonio. Feels nice outside. It is going to be a very breezy evening. Winds are going to continue blowing in from the north at about 12 miles an hour. It'll continue throughout the night and throughout most of the day tomorrow. By afternoon, though, we should begin to see most of the wind starting to die down a little bit, so just expect some breezy conditions. As we look in our future tracker winds, you'll see they kind of pop up to 12 and 15 miles an hour. Then, of course, it's going to start dying down by the time we get to 6 o'clock on Saturday. So your forecast is going to read like this. 4-zone forecast, western zone, high of 80, nice day, which is 63 in the morning, upper 50s in the morning to the upper 70s in the hill country, 86 and mild in the eastern zone, and here in San Antonio, 83 degrees. Going to be a beautiful day. Here's your 7-day forecast. Hope you enjoy it. If you're lucky enough to have Columbus Day off, you're going to have some great weather. If you have a 3-day weekend coming up, lucky you. We are going to see a high of 84 with an overnight low of about 55. The extended forecast does call for some nice dry air, which is going to make things feel so much better. So I hope everybody has a great 3-day weekend if you're lucky enough to have Columbus Day.
No, but thank you.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry.
Thanks anyway, Siobhan. All right, that's it for us. But wait right there because Friday Night Fever starts
right now.
I dig the enthusiasm. Game of the week turned into a blowout in a hurry. Brennan against Holmes. Watch Brennan back Jamal Jeter with a little music behind him. Breaks off a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then that's just D1 talent. Race down the sideline, but gets pushed out inside the 5 moments later. Nicholas Quintero lofts it up to Alexander Wise at 35-zip Brennan. They weren't done. Quintero gets Brennan into the end zone again, hits Jordan Smith. That's a touchdown. 42-zip. There were lots of touchdowns for Brennan. Bright spot for Holmes. How about this on special teams? Great strip right there. Sergio Estrada, mad scramble for the ball. Cipriano Sierra recovers for a Holmes touchdown, but Brennan would score on defense in the second half. Jesus Quiroga, the pick six. Don't even have time to wait for him to get into the end zone. Brennan rolls 55-6. Welcome to Week 7. That's right. The season is just flying by right now, which means the playoffs will be here before you know it. We will go back to Ferris Stadium for reaction from Brennan and the big win over Holmes tonight. But let's get back and find out how the #1 team in town did. That's talking about, of course, Steele on the road at New Braunfels. Xavier Martin back at quarterback for the night. Second play of the game. Touchdown. Martin to Onyx Smith. It is 7-0 Steele. They have so many weapons. Another drive, another touchdown, and another way they can beat you. Oh, they ran the option right there. Look at that. Xavier Martin pitched to Brendan Brady. Dove into the end zone, and #1 wins again, the final 38-7. Judson at home tonight against East Central, and this one got ugly in a hurry. Jelon Williams and that Rockets offense scored at will. Williams hits Melvin Thompson, 20-yard touchdown, 27-0 in the first half. Then Michael Thompson up the middle. This is usually good for about 10 or 15 yards. Or you can go 40 to the house. Judson led by nearly 50 at the half, and they win 68-6. Steele and Judson get all the hype. Clemens, though, the wild card, because of the kid known as Little Vic. That's what they call quarterback Frank Harris. I mean, look at the video. Any questions why they call him Little Vic? He's amazing. Rips off a 75-yard touchdown. I'm guessing that's going to make our play of the week list. 7-zip Buffs. New Braunfels Canyon fumbled the ensuing kickoff. The Buffs would recover at the 14-yard line, and then the Buffs strike again. Harris to Tommy Bush, 14-zip in the blink of an eye. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Powered tonight by ScoreStream. This one all Clemens, 52-13. That's a final. Another blowout in that district tonight. Smithson Valley blanks Wagner, 37-zip. Alamo Heights big on Seguin, 52-28 in the fourth quarter. And Champion rolls Marble Falls, 49-7. Couple other scores. Kerrville Tivy gets its first win of the year. Congrats to the Antlers. And Highlands, 46-zip over Jefferson. And then there is District 26-6A. Reagan and Johnson should be playoff locks, which leaves 5 teams to battle for those 2 other spots, and that would leave Churchill. But turnovers, they will knock you out of the playoff race every single time Chargers drive in against Johnson until that. The Oski. Jack Scarborough gets the pick, and that would lead to points for the Jaguars. Grant Huff, the keeper. Huff going 24 yards to the end zone, but wouldn't you know it, Churchill came back to upset Johnson. They beat the Jags 17-7. The M&M Bowl at Comalander, Madison against MacArthur. Homecoming for the Brahmas. They have not won this season. This would help, and this would be big. Tyler Vitt with a beauty of a toss to Cameron Acker for a touchdown. Madison with answer. Krishawn Daniels, got ahead of myself there, follows his offensive line. Mack had the lead late in the game. Let's take a look at who won it, and look at that. MacArthur got its first win of the year, beating Madison tonight 29-21. Brackenridge 27-16 over Memorial, that one in the fourth quarter. Eagle Pass win over McCullum 34-26. That should be 34-26. Harlandale falls to Floresville 30-12. Uvalde 18, Southside 14, that's a final. And the Bernie Greyhounds blow out Fredericksburg 45-14. Stevens against Warren, not a bad night for Gustafson Stadium. What a game and what a breeze. I'll sit there for 3 hours and watch a football game in that. Warren, they had the ball. The pass across the middle got picked off. Nathan Montez with the INT. Falcons marched down the field. Logan Mann. They ran the Wildcat. Logan Mann, the fake and the touchdown. Warren came back. Congrats to my old ball coach, Brian Dowson. His Warriors win it tonight, 31-28. Best mascot in town, the Lanier Vogue. Lanier against Sam Houston. Both teams 3-1 in that district. The Vokes go up by 2 scores right there. J.D. Boone, 5th rushing touchdown of the season, 14-zip Lanier, but the Hurricanes got right back in it off a turnover. Jawan Anderson throws a touchdown to Brandon Adams. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, see how it turned out. It is now over. Lanier, big win over Sam Houston tonight, 27-21. Somerset losing to Beeville, that one in the fourth quarter. Randolph falls to Luling, that's 40-7. That is now a final. And Canyon Lake hangs 63 on Eastside Memorial. That is also a final. Navarro's rolling, still undefeated. They beat Llano 42-zip, and Lexington puts up 70 in the win over Blanco. We got more scores and highlights and reaction from Brennan on our Game of the Week next. Brennan won a blowout in our Game of the Week over the Holmes. Here's Brennan head coach Stephen Baser.
Well, you know, every game you just want to execute, and you know the score's not important outside of hopefully you win. But you know, we want to execute, want to play hard, and we want to do what we need to do to put ourselves in these positions. So it's just a matter of execution, you know, and that's key to building on the season. I think we've been doing that, you know, better and better each week, and we hope to continue that process.
Big thanks to John Pettis and the football parents at South San. They cooked up a storm for the Kielbasa tailgate party at 6. I ate every single morsel of that plate. Homecoming for South San, and they went to work early. Raul Agosto hooks up with James Valencia. James likes cake and ice cream. He told me this week on 4-on-4. 64-yard touchdown. They missed the extra point. But Eagle Pass says, you do 64, we will go for 81. Mark Venegas breaks free, gone. South San looking for win number 1 on the year. Did they get it? They did not. Eagle Pass won that game 55-33. Austin Regents 56-9 over Cornerstone. TMO falls to Austin St. Dominic. Central Catholic on the road in Houston. They lose to St. Thomas. Lavernia 58, Robstown 14. That's a final. And Wimberley over Bandera 46-7. Who was the maddest, mom or dad?
I would say my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she got on me. Yeah.
Yes, she did. Confession time on 4 on 4, and look out for Mama. If you missed this week's edition of 4 on 4 with South San, follow me on Twitter at David Chancellor or look for the hashtag 4 on 4. It's good stuff. We'll be right back. All right, a few other scores to pass along. Crystal City over Carrizo Springs, that's a final. Divine 28, Lytle 6, that's a final. Pearsall over Poteet. Dilley 28, Stockdale 21, that's a final. And Karn City shut out by Nixon Smiley. And Poth 34-31 winners over Natalia. And a couple other scores just to reiterate. Churchill beat Johnson tonight. A huge win for the Churchill Chargers, 17-7. Mack got its first win. They beat Madison. And Kerrville-Tivy got its first win of the season, so congratulations to them. The Rangers lost to Toronto. They are now down 2-1. That's it for us. Jimmy Fallon's next. All of this is online, news4sa.com.